Alright, today we're going to do a gear review. Today we are reviewing an Ibanez UV70P Universe model, also known as the Green Dot Reissue. So what specs are we looking at for this guitar? Well, we have an American Basswood body with a 5-piece maple and walnut neck that underneath the Rosewood fretboard also has some titanium rod reinforcement. There are 24 frets. We've got an Ibanez Edge Zero II 7-string bridge on here. And we have the Dimarzio Blaze pickups that were on the original Green Dot. So as far as what I like about this guitar, there's actually quite a bit. The playability is really nice. I find myself getting a lot of enjoyment of playing this again. It kind of reminds me of some of the older Ibanez 7-strings that I used to own. You know, a nice smooth neck, really comfortable neck profile that fits very nicely in the hand. One thing that I would still call out, and I seem to call this out every single time I try an Ibanez lately, but there's some rough fret ends on this guitar, seemingly a little bit less than normal. We do have some roughness up here on the upper fret axis. Depending on how much you're jamming up here, maybe it's an issue, maybe it's not. For me, a little bit. That being said, along the bass side, everything was nice and perfect. A nice touch with the fret ends is that it looks like all the fret ends are rounded, which is really cool. So that's typically something that you see on considerably more expensive instruments, so that is a nice touch on this somewhat budget model Ibanez. I say budget, the list price is normally about $1,500 for these. The tuning stability on this instrument is also rather good. When I first got it, it had some really old strings on it and it was kind of badly set up. But even with my kind of mediocre skills as a tech, I was able to set it up, swap the strings out, and set it up with a good bridge height and intonation adjustment and straighten the truss rod. And this thing, honestly, it plays like a dream now, and it holds its tuning really well. I mean, but I can bang away on this bar. And it still holds its tuning perfectly. So even though I wasn't too familiar with this Edge tremolo, I give it a thumbs up. It honestly plays really nice, just like an Edge is supposed to. Another thing that's really awesome, as you just heard, is the pickups. One of the things that always attracted me to this instrument was that when I was coming of age, it was like the mid-90s, there was all these amazing metal records coming out that basically had this Ibanez green dot all over it. Whether it be, you know, those first original Korn albums to, you know, some of that old Meshuggah stuff, which was so awesome and sounded just so ridiculously killer, all the way to that woefully underrated fourth album from Morbid Angel, the Domination record. This thing is all over that album. And I just remember like, oh God, I would love to have one of those. So imagine my joy that I felt when I found out that Ibanez was re-releasing this and that they were still going to include the Dimarzio Blaze pickups in it, which give it that really awesome, dark, brutal tone that was so evident on those records. Pretty cool riff idea. Maybe if I could play it fucking right. You know? And don't count the neck pickup out either. The neck pickup sounds killer too. You know, 24 fret instruments, they just have a slightly different sound from that neck pickup, but something about that Blaze neck pickup still sounds oh so sweet, even on a 24 fret guitar. Sounds great. One of the questions that a lot of people will ask too is, you know, does it stack up to the original green dot? I'll be honest with you, I have played an original green dot only once. And that one time, it was incredible. And although this thing does play fantastically, especially given that it's got about a $1,500 street price, it doesn't really compare to the original. Granted, the difference is mainly in where it was produced, and although this one does have some nice newer appointments like the newer bridge, you know, the 5-piece neck design with the titanium reinforcement, even if you can see it there's even a cap on the headstock, which is pretty cool. But no, there was just something magical about those original green dots that this doesn't quite capture. But if having something original, having something that was made in Japan is not that big of a concern for you, so long as you capture the vibe, then I think this is a real winner. I absolutely love it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I just wanted to also say thank you because I just noticed that I passed 1,000 subscribers recently. So that is really super cool. It's a nice little milestone. I guess you guys dig what I'm doing for the most part. So thank you guys so much for the support, and thank you for the kind words and the constructive criticism that many of you have sent my way whenever I've asked, you know, okay, what would you like to see done differently? Some of you have had genuinely good ideas and good concerns that I've tried to address as much as possible. Some of you were just fucking trolls, fuck you. But for the most part, the the amount of support that I've been getting has just been ridiculous, and it blows my freaking mind that you guys have dug this as much. So thank you guys so much. I'm going to keep putting out these awesome videos. If you have any comments, concerns, suggestions, please put them in the comments section below. Like and subscribe, and more videos forthcoming. Thank you.